What's up, everybody? It's Kyle, and today is the day that's going to go down in history, 4/27/2020, because today is the day that I got monetized. So in order to celebrate, it's nighttime, I'm in quarantine, so I made myself a little cocktail, little Aperol Spritz in the king glass to cheers you guys. Thank you very much. But in all actuality, I didn't get monetized today. I was able to apply to get monetized, which means I reached the 1,000 subscriber maximum or minimum that you needed, and also the 4,000 hours of watch time. So I wanted to make a video kind of documenting my journey along the way, why I decided to make a channel, what my obstacles were, what my troubles were, how I got started, and what I overcame to start the channel, and then ultimately where I'm at today. But before we do that, I gotta ask you what I always ask you, and that's just to like this video because it's gonna help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done that already, and you will get notifications then every time I post a new video, as well as follow me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so you will get other aspects of my life as well. So before 2020, I actually had the idea of starting a channel. I've been hearing so crazy stories along the way. You know, for one example is my wife, she screens people for a living because she has to allow people to move into her rental buildings that she oversees. And one person in particular was a YouTuber, and I think she tried on women's clothes or something like that and reviewed them and did it all on YouTube, and crazy amounts of money that she was making. Now, I watched it and I thought it was crazy that she made that kind of money because of what she did. It was kind of just like, you know, not very high quality videos, nothing super intriguing and entertaining, at least to me, but the amount of views she got and the subscribership and the amount of money she made very much intrigued me. So I thought that maybe this is something to look into. So as many of you know, I'm a professional actor. I've been in top TV shows such as Billions, Homeland, The Last OG, and at the same time, I also have a real estate career where I've built up a real estate sales career, as well as open a company that have other real estate agents selling real estate in the company. So I'm totally used to being in front of the camera with the acting, as well as with real estate, with doing video tours and such like that. So I was thinking of ways to be able to give back and to kind of be able to teach people what I've done in the acting world and in the real estate world. And this just seemed like a really good opportunity. At the same time, the possibility of making some money. So one thing I've always wanted to do is to write a book. And the book in my mind had this title, How to Become a Millionaire While Doing What You Want. And it had to do with kind of following your dream and your passion, but at the same time, building a successful life and that could sustain that dream, but you could be financially independent and you know, enjoy financial freedom. So I've been working on this book. However, the book, you know, it's a daunting task to write a book, so I figured it was kind of much easier to get started with putting out videos and content out there in smaller pieces to give them and get them out there to the public as I thought about them. So there I came into my first hurdle. My first hurdle was, well, how do I start? What do I make my channel about? What do I talk about? And, you know, do I talk about acting? Do I talk about real estate? Do I make two different channels and put one on one and one on the other? And, you know, this was my first problem and my first dilemma that I was thinking about when starting the channel. I was trying to think of where I was going to go with this. So I started watching some other YouTubers, and I was realizing that there were quite another amount of YouTubers that I started watching that were actually real estate agents as well, and they were talking about not just real estate, but stocks and finance and some of their life. Some people were just reviewing cars, so I started more gravitating towards these guys, and I was watching what they would do, and I kind of felt like this was the direction that I was going to go in. So at the same time, I realized that I was doing so much more research, and it was a little bit of the case of analysis paralysis, where I was kind of analyzing everything, but I wasn't getting anything done and I wasn't going anywhere. So I already had a YouTube account, and I was looking back at some of the videos, and most of them were auditions that I would just put online and upload them and then be able to send out links. But one in particular was an actual video of me and my wife now when we got engaged, and I'm gonna put a link to that video down below, and you'll be able to see that. But that was a video where I surprised her on camera and asked her to marry me. Now, this was actually done by NBC, and it was done at the tree lighting in Rockefeller Center on, I believe, around 2014. And we did this, and it was aired on TV, and it was a really big hit. And I ended up looking back at that video, and I put it on YouTube just so that I could easily send the link to people, because people kept asking me about the link, about seeing the video, and they didn't know where to get it. So I put it on YouTube just so I could send them a quick link about it, or for it. And this video ended up having 7,000 likes. So I did enroll in one course. It was Graham Stevens' course on how to create a YouTube channel and kind of get the ball rolling. And I did think it was pretty good, but it was mostly just informative and kind of told you about the process. So I got started around January 20th or so, where I posted my first video. However, I think I filmed my first video right before the new year, because it was a goal of mine to get that out by the new year. And I ended up filming it right around December, but I didn't really post it until late January. So we went from late January to where we're at now, late April. Now, as far as technology and what kind of equipment I use, I did my first one on my iPhone X. I've noticed, and this was from Graham's advice, that if you film on the iPhone, I was used to filming stuff where I would be able to see myself on screen talking, and it actually helped me out, and it wasn't a distraction. However, the camera quality was totally not as good as when it was turned around and you aren't looking at anybody, but you're looking at the little hole or you're looking at the lens. So I decided to turn it around, and I was just using my iPhone X, and I used a little tripod and mostly just natural light, because I have nice windows that light comes in. However, that kind of varies depending on the weather, so I decided to upgrade. And when I upgrade to a ring light that holds my iPhone in the middle of it. It gives much more better light, and also you can use natural light with it in addition, but I upgraded to the ring so I can film something at nighttime like this, and it's well lit. And also I ended up getting a little lavalier mic. It's just one of these mics that kind of hook on, if you ever have seen people hook on, and it clips onto your clothes, and it really gives a nice sound, and it kind of blocks out any other noise. So in about 2 months, that's when I had my first 1,000 subscribers, but I was nowhere near that on view time. I had about 2,000 views at that time. But in about 3 months' time, that's when I got the 4,000 watch hours. Luckily, I was cranking out videos maybe like once or twice a week when I first started, but then we got into this quarantine situation and we were all shelter at home, so I started cranking out videos a lot more frequently, probably about one a day or so, and I just felt like more people were on YouTube and being able to watch the videos since they were all stuck at home. I have noticed that some videos have gotten far and above other ones. For instance, I made a couple videos on the EIDL and the PPP loan, which are trending topics right now because of the stock market crash, and then everybody being in this situation where they're trying to figure out these government loans. So I did notice that the stock market video on 4 stocks to buy right now, and the PPP loan and the EIDL, which were trending topics, and they were very new. People were trying to figure them out at that time. When I did post those videos, they got much more views than other videos I posted that really didn't have to do with any trending topics. So when I woke up today, I was pleasantly surprised, and I saw that I had 4,000, about 100 hours of watch time, and I am able to apply now. So I went through the process, and it had to do with reading a couple things and reviewing them and just clicking that I agree with the terms, and then it would be reviewed. And now my account is being reviewed. However, I just watched a couple other videos on this and I realized that this could take up to a month to review it. YouTube goes through it really in depth and reviews your account to see that you are able to be monetized, as well as they also said there is a possible delay because of this whole pandemic. So I might be waiting a lot longer to be able to find out if and when I can actually get monetized. So thanks guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it, and staying to the end of this. If you watch this, if you like this content, please share it with someone else. And don't forget to hit the like button because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the notification bell so you will get notifications every time I post a new video, which is a lot more frequently now. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so you will get other aspects of my life as well. Thank you so much. Also, I want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you like and don't like to see, and if I think it's a great topic, I might post a video about it. So I'll also reply back. Thank you guys very much, and cheers.